Let's get it. So we got an extra, I don't know, 6 people in here, maybe 8. And you all are here. And of course, this is the esoteric hour that we love so much, or that you all love. And I'm grateful for that. I got you. I'm grateful for that as well. And a lot of people here for the first time that have not heard or seen this or anything like it. So I have to, let me do some preambles. We're talking about nothing is wrong but you. Nothing is wrong but you. It's the only thing that is wrong. Huh? That's fine. Well, no. They're saying it's because it's going to create feedback because they're not going to. So it's all good. Nothing is wrong but you. And we got, I don't know, 6 cameras going on right now. Let me give some preambles here. The first thing I want you all to do is I want you to clear your mind, because 1% of this world is controlling 90%, 96% of this world's prosperity. However, prosperity and abundance is uncontrollable. The universe does not work that way. You cannot control abundance. So if you cannot control abundance, yet 96% of the world has their abundance being controlled, it sounds like a paradoxical statement. It sounds as if I just contradicted myself, but I'm not, because what's being controlled is you, not your abundance. You are the problem, not what you have. I can't control air. Think about it. When you were born, when this world flowed you from your mother's womb, you were born into abundance. And to push that further, anything that you have that you got outside of being born automatically puts you as wealthy. So if you got a problem, you got more than you came into this world with. It just is what it is. The moment you grew a tooth, you have more than which you came into this world in. Therefore, there's a way that people like me think, grateful for every tooth, grateful for every problem that continuously keeps money flowing to me easily and frequently. And I'm about to expose a lot of that today with great vibration. But here's the problem. The problem is you know too much. And that's in your, go ahead, Phil, please. Oh, also, I forgot to tell everybody, this is, you can talk at any time. So you can it's not a talk at any time. Go ahead, Phil.
Wouldn't your first breath be that thing?
Absolutely. Because
that'd be the thing that you start with, is that first breath you take.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Never thought
and
about
air
it.
And air is in abundance.
That's right. So not only is air in abundance, not only is your first breath, but to know that your first breath automatically makes you wealthy. So when you go through things and you don't become grateful for your first breath, the pool will be with you always. I'm gonna introduce a lot of new stuff to you. And here's the deal. Now I got 2 people I can't see, beautiful women, can't see them. And I can see 26% of Willie's arm. Just 26%. And I want you to receive that you're going to disagree with everything I'm going to say. It's not disrespectful. You're not doing it out of disrespect. You're doing it because you know too much. You're doing it because if someone like me tells you it's easy mastering life, you have to disagree with that, because if it was easy mastering life, I got you all the way effed up, because your life is hard. And how dare me minimize your struggle, because if life is that easy, you did it already. You'd have mastered it already. The hell he talking.
It's simple, but not easy.
It's right. Right. You understand?
I mean, it was interesting. You're saying nothing wrong but you. I heard nothing's wrong with you. When you said
that's it.
I heard nothing's wrong with you, and you mean exactly nothing's wrong but you.
But
and a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest.
Right. That's it. So two people heard with you. Here's the deal. You cannot ever experience anything bad in this life, nor can you experience anything good in this life. And right there, I already lost the whole audience, because you're saying,
yeah, you lost. Good, and it's not good.
You see what I'm saying? See, you stump your toe, pinky toe. You know that real hit it don't hurt for 5 seconds. Ooh. And you know what I'm talking about. Then you go, you sit there and you grit your teeth. And I'm telling you, that's not bad. What I'm telling you is everything on this planet is about experiencing. And your job is to experience whatever you want. Now, I've got some folk, I got you, born and raised, 41 years, stone cold, traditional, don't dance, sing, or drink anything but the Lord's word, Baptist. That's it. Grace right here. Then I know I got at least 2 born and raised Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, so I know that. And me saying, do what you want, is heretical, sinful. Send him to hell. I'm not screaming anarchy. I'm not saying anything. What I'm saying is, simply put, every thought you have had while I've been talking tells me why you don't have money. Because here's what was supposed to happen. You were supposed to just listen to me, be grateful that I have a voice to talk and you have ears to hear, and that is all. You were not supposed to think with me while I was talking. You were not supposed to judge while I was talking. You were not supposed to critique. You were not supposed to think a single positive or negative thing while I was talking. And I purposely started off with everything I knew was going to offend just about everybody in the room, just to prove this 8-minute point I've been making. You think too much and you know too much.
Now, you ain't got to do all that, okay?
Let me tell you what people do with full cups.
Antonio?
Yes, sir.
Some of us naturally don't do what we're supposed to do.
Naturally are rebellious. I'm one of them. King chief of them. I'm supposed to do that? I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. So how do you know when you're naturally supposed to, when you're naturally a contrarian? How do you know if you should keep doing it? It's simple. Let me put my head over here. Did it work? If it worked, keep doing it. If it don't do it.
You're dyslexic.
Yeah. You see,
hey, Einstein was dyslexic.
Einstein was a genius. A lot of dyslexic people were. Think about this. What would happen if you heard me without judgments? Write this down. 3 things I have highlighted in your hearing. 3 things I have snuck in on you. 3 sets of things I have highlighted in your hearing. 3 sets of things I snuck in on you, and 3 sets of things I just exposed you with. Number 1, you only get in this world who you are, not what you want. You only get in this world who you are, not what you want. Pay ye attention. Here's your 3 sets now. Here's your set of things inside of that. Your subconscious mind has powered everything on this planet. Here's how you retrain your subconscious mind. You, number one, control the story you tell yourself and others. And as I was talking, you had a story in your head that made you say, I'm not listening to him. Oh, I like what he's saying, or whatever. So if you like what I was saying, you wasn't critically listening to me. If you didn't like what I was saying, you wasn't critically listening to me. Either way, the story that you already told yourself way before you got here affected how you heard me. Good or bad, it did. And you got to be careful with the story you tell yourself. Only white people can make money. Black people always have to struggle. Money don't grow on trees. I'm white. Black people won't like me. Whatever that may be. There's a story you're telling yourself, and that story is becoming real every day, and it's manifesting itself every day in your life. It just is what it is. Okay? Go ahead, Phil.
Excuse me, excuse my language, but I'm quoting my mother. She said, what do you think I do? Eat paper on Saturday and shit money on Sunday?
There you go, right? And so she couldn't get money unless she was shit. Law of attraction. You get it? Law of attraction. I got you. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. On this day on 2011 came up in my memories on Facebook.
Wow.
Self-acceptance comes, this is something I wrote. Self-acceptance comes from meeting life's challenges vigorously. Don't numb yourself to your trials and difficulties, nor build mental walls to exclude pain from your life. You will find peace not by trying to escape your problems, but by confronting them courageously. You will find peace not in denial, but in victory.
Wow.
2011.
2011, you was on it.
And it's like kind of what you're into right now.
Absolutely. Facebook is good by reminding us. Sometimes I'm not friends with that person no more. Facebook, don't remind me about that right now. But the quotes are good. I want you to receive this. The story you told yourself and the story you tell other people. That whole 8 minutes I was playing with y'all heads, that's how you heard me. That's a problem. And you're going to see why that's a problem in the second set of 3. How you retrain your subconscious mind, the story you tell yourself and the story you tell others. That's the first problem you got to solve. Give you an example of that. Money is hard to get. Okay, that's the story you tell yourself. Therefore, this universe will only ever make sure money is hard to get. I mean, you don't tell yourself that. You don't think that, but you always speak it. And every great teacher, every sacred text has told y'all the same story. You speak it, it comes into existence. Think, therefore you are. It does not matter who. That's actually think, therefore you are. That's actually Rene Descartes.
Yes.
That's not a sacred text, but it is in science. Okay, it is in science. But so is a man thinking, so is he. King James Version, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know this? Yet you still do the dumb stuff and say things. The Bible is the biggest spell book on the planet. Biggest and oldest spell book on the planet. And every word that ever came out of your mouth, you've been casting spells. And every day you do rituals. You get depressed and you say, this isn't going to work. And your ritual is, this isn't going to work. Like right now, if I said, all right, everybody, we're going to do a seance, we're going to do a ritual, we're going to write spells. Guess what? There's no way to write spells. I say, so Grace says, how you write spells? Of course, all y'all stoning me to death. But how do you write spells? And all you do is you say, hey, I want this to work this way. That's what spells is. You put in a little book what you wrote down. How in the heck is that not the words coming out of your mouth? Everybody in the last 24 hours listening to me has talked about money, abundance, and prosperity. I bet you didn't talk about it in a manner that is worthy of you. And there's your life. Story you tell yourself and others. Number 2, your limiting beliefs. Your limiting beliefs. This is important. Because I had to, in order to make money, I had to drop 5 major limiting beliefs. WP, you're gonna like. Is it WB or WP? WB. 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 I could help. I watched it with Dave Chappelle. You're gonna like this. 5 things I had to break in this order. First thing I had to do was I had to break, number 1, what my mom and dad taught me about money. Even in not teaching me about money, they taught me about money. If you know my story, I was given up for homeless at 5 years old. But guess what? I grew up in the struggle and I was given up for homeless because they couldn't afford to keep me. So what the hell you think they taught me about money? We can't afford our own child. Tell me how that's not teaching me before I'm 8. Whatever you become, whatever you think at 8, you become. Everything you learn, by the time you 8, you repeat for the rest of your life. So here I am, 5 years old, being taught I'm too expensive. Oh, y'all don't want to play with me in this class today. Y'all don't want to, y'all. Yeah, okay, thank you, Sean. All right, then. You know, so I'm 5 years old. I'm homeless. I'm too expensive. Don't nobody love me. So money ain't for me because I'm not loved enough. They can't even keep me. I had to break that because now when I'm getting money, I don't love myself, so I'm spending it as fast as I can because I don't want to take the money to improve myself. I need to take the money to keep me homeless like my parents did. Go ahead, Phil.
Another mom quote. You steal from Peter to pay Paul, and that makes Peter sore, and you should never do business with a sore Peter.
Yo, mama, it was too funny. Sore Peter. Oh, man, that definitely hurts for sure. Go ahead, Law.
I was gonna add the flip side to that. My experience, someone that comes and loves me, man, you don't love me. Nobody loved me. They left me. They did all that. So why are you showing me this?
Right. See it? That's the story he told himself. So every time somebody came loved him, they were suspicious. Chasing after the people who hated him. Pushing the people away who love you. We do that however you are in your personal life is how your business behaves in your business life. So a person like that chases after customers who are never going to buy for them and never take care of the customers that actually spend money.
Wow.
You're a pastor of church the same way. You'll always be after the lost, never discipling.
Watch yourself.
It's getting harder and harder after that. Right? It's just getting worse. It's just getting worse. Because our limiting beliefs, I had to tell myself my mom and dad's view of money, and most importantly, Damali, and what I thought my mom and dad's view of money. I had to let that go. And it was difficult because how do you let your parents' teachings go without letting them go?
Listen,
That's the
part.
That's the part.
That's the part. I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me, go ahead, say it on the mic. Say it on the mic.
It's like I love my parents.
Oh, tell me now.
I love them with all my heart. But the more I grow, the more I'm like, And if you are subconsciously taught when something is not right, you separate that from you or you cut it off, whatever it is, you're naturally going to want to, man, look, I can't fool with y'all, but y'all my mama, you my daddy. So I can't separate from you, but I can't fool with you. So what do? I can't just like not talk to you. You got grandkids, or I can't just not talk to you because I'm of you. But how do you separate the teachings from the person and still be able to be in the presence of that person?
Great question.
Yes.
Great question. Real talk. It goes into our 2 and 3 sets. I'll give it to you now. Everything is perfect. It's why I say there's nothing good, there's nothing bad. It's all perfect. Your parents are perfect. They did the best they could with what they had. To separate their teachings from them is easy. because they are not their teachings. Because while you was growing up, they was growing up. They was 30 years old. Did you know everything at 30?
No. That was only 9 years ago. I still don't know.
Some of y'all 27 and you still ain't got it together. You still ain't got it. You can't afford to take care of yourself. So of course, when you have a baby, the baby gonna grow up in poverty, and the baby's gonna learn.
But that's why when they become those grandparents, we can sit back and look at what they do and how they treat our children and be like, what?
You ain't do me like that.
You ain't do that with me. What you mean you're not gonna snatch him right now? You talk like that.
You whoop me butt naked out the shower.
They've learned some things, it's like, what in the hell are y'all doing? You raised me like this. So separate yourself from them. Look, they separated their own damn selves from them. If you think about it, because they don't do what they used to do.
You're right. No, you're right. Yeah, y'all get it? Yeah. Real talk. That's real talk. She's absolutely right. She's the age to say you whoop me butt naked in the shower. You snatched me up. You popped me in the mouth. You told me get out of grown folk business. Now you telling him let that boy talk.
Now let that boy talk.
Because they 60 now. They grew up.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They grew up. They were still, while you were growing up, they were growing up. We don't think about that. This is why I have such a hard time when preachers talk about the Adam and Eve story. I have such a hard time listening because we typically don't have enough empathy for Eve. And you got and the church is a very patriarchal place. Yeah. It's it's all about male and maleship. It's in our words. It's in our language. I've said this before. I'll say it again. It's not right. It's just a statement for critical thinking. If you want to be if you're a woman and you want to be oppressed, run to the church. Even in 2022, we find our way to oppress women inside the church. It's in our, just speaking of America, but now you can speak of religion, period. And let's take it our church of religion. We got countries where women can't drive. Our divorce rate is incredibly high. As a man, I can have 15 affairs, still carry on the one church. Woman better not ever make one mistake. Y'all don't want to play with me. It's all right. I'm just saying that.
Not even mentioning the abortion issue.
Not to even mention the abortion issue. What's that thing you say about abortion, Phil? If men get abortion?
If men got pregnant, abortion would be a sacrament.
A sacrament. We would have abortions in church. We would. I saw a comedian say I forgot the comedian said something like the abortions at gas stations. But it makes sense. It doesn't matter, pro-life, pro-choice, that's up to you. Just careful. If you're going to say pro-life, then respect all these mass shootings too.
Okay.
You can't just be, because you're pro-fetus.
Right.
You need to change your title there, right? Because we just had, like, Illinois was terrible.
Yes.
And it's just a lot of stuff going, if you got to shoot somebody 90 times.
90.
You got a whole different problem.
Whole problem.
In the back. You got a whole different problem. You are too afraid to do your job. You got a whole different problem. And as a military man, they give us rules of engagement. Unfortunately, our American police don't have rules of engagement. Your limiting beliefs are creating your reality on top of the story you're telling yourselves. So if you're struggling with money right now, whatever you're struggling, I have no idea what you're struggling with. If it was like my friend over there, Sean, I'm soft on it. Every chance I get, I tell Deanna about it. I said, ooh, yeah, right. How many times I tell you about it already? 15 million times. Right? Too many times. Too many times. Sean's like, too many times. It ain't gonna happen too many times.
Oh, what you got?
Yeah. Too many times. We were talking to text message today, and I was like, oh damn, my bad. Damn, I did something, didn't know I did it. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Because it don't matter what I thought. Upon processing said information, I violated your free will to have a good day. Yeah, I'm not paying attention to me. I need you to process this information. It don't matter if you think you're wrong. Is someone having a silent conversation about you in their heads? And if the answer is yes, you owe them an apology. You just do. That don't mean they got to accept. And I'm not telling you to live an apology. Apologize, be done with it, let it go. Because some people will keep reminding you what you did and how you messed up. And over, they don't feel good about your relationship with them unless you're living the apology you already gave them. If you're sorry, show me. Y'all don't want to play.
Yeah.
10 years later, you still in the show me phase of this apology. Can't even mess up. You still the cheater. You cheated 10 years ago.
There was no forgiveness.
Having a dream about you doing it.
It's a limiting belief. It's a story you tell yourself. And I always try to tell people, it's always the super save folk, right? It's always super save folk. I use the same example every time. I use the same as, what is it? Kaylee, right? I use Kaylee? Kayla. I use the same example every time. I say, Kayla, I know you're saved. Not you, but I know you're saved. But if I walk up to you right now, you know, and I'm gonna just slap the hell out of you right now. Whatever's in you is coming out of you. She coming a whole mouth. Oh Lord, I got to kill this man now. This whole man got to die. Because if it's in you, it's coming out of you. If it's in you, it's coming out of you. And we got all these practice behaviors. But when I don't give you an opportunity to practice, now, bam, okay, real you coming up.
Then that old saying, it goes, how do you say it? It goes the other way. Remember the saying was, this is gonna hurt me more than it hurt you.
It hurt you. Yeah, okay. Well, mama, don't whoop me then. So we ain't two hurt people around here. You know, we don't need to be two hurt people around here. Let's just, yeah. Sit me in the corner. Don't need to be too hurt of us up here. Our limiting beliefs are driving the story we're telling ourselves and others. And we're only getting our limited belief, our story that we're telling ourselves and others. And the third thing, and this is for all you empathetic people. It's for all of us, but certainly the empathetic people, and for anyone who has taken a lot of losses and you've never recovered. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Don't fool me now. Because if you keep losing, that'll change you. That would change you. You scared to go on vacation. You scared to try new food. You scared to get on a plane. You scared to watch a new show. You scared to change your hairstyle. You know what I'm talking about now. I mean, you scared to do anything that got risk in it. You stay right in your comfort zone because you know how to, your comfort zone is very predictable, but there are no blessings in your comfort zone. Right. The only thing in your comfort zone are those blessings that sustain your comfort zone. Any life-altering blessing, anything you're praying for is outside your comfort zone.
I have something I want to say to that, please.
Come on.
And this is real talk because I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like wearing your skin. There's no way to get around it. But truth be told, since I've been with the team and ATS, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I got to let it go. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm just
And I got a funny story about that. That is a real talk. I heard when I was I don't know, I was somewhere on some bus or something, and that song came out. I was like, that's right. Who's hot? Who? What the hell? Who stole Puffy's song?
Oh, God.
I had no idea that was a remake. I had no idea. She was, but I had no idea. I was like, that's Bad Boy. That is Bad Boy song. That is too funny. I was offended too. I was offended this Black queen made this song, right? I was offended. How dare you steal from Puff Daddy or P. Diddy, whatever his name was at the time, right? Number 3, your fear of consequences and judgments. Your fear of consequences and judgments. Yeah, you got it. I got you. I do this all day. I'm used to having 5 of them on me. Your fear of consequences and judgments. Y'all got me?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I mean by that. Then I go back to the 5 things I had to change. It means that you are scared to try something new. Yeah, I put it like way back there. I might, I talk with my hands. I might, boom, and then now I owe him $150. Because ain't none of these things less than $150. Your judgments. You are never going to get into the cave that has your reward at home.
Nope.
And in order to get your breakthrough, you have to die for it. And you cannot get your breakthrough in comfort because you don't die comfortably. And it is not the death and the resurrection that gets you the breakthrough.
Gotcha.
I forgot I got Christians in the room. Because on Friday,
Watch it.
all righty, there you go. What did he do, Grace? He died. But on Sunday,
Watch it.
what did he do, Grace?
He got up.
With what kind of power?
Oh.
Where was it at, Grace? In his hands. They watched her from where, Grace?
Judgment Hall to Judgment.
All
No,
right,
he's
all
okay.
right. Oh, okay. Well, he is Adam's Redeemer.
let the church say, well.
I love messing with you church folk. Y'all never miss an opportunity to praise the Lord. That's the one thing I can say about church folk. They will find any reason to give God praise. Any reason.
What you say, praise him? Amen.
Any reason.
Thank
Any
you,
reason. It'd be at a graduation. That's it. Lord, thank you. When you fear consequences and judgments, this was it. I remember I had a real problem making money.
Antonio,
Yes, sir.
think where they would be if they didn't.
Well, I mean, if you want to make sense, Phil.
The feel I know.
I know, right? Where would you be if you didn't praise the Lord? There's a whole text in the Bible for that, huh? And if it had not been, that's in there. All right, that's in there. All right, that's in there. Fear of consequence, fear of judgment. How many things are you not doing that your soul wants you to do because you don't want to look stupid?
A lot. A whole lot. Because what we're not going to do, okay, because we embarrassed in front of somebody. We ain't doing that.
Not fit to embarrass me.
Nope.
They not fit to talk about me.
Nope.
And the whole time you missing all them hundreds of thousands of dollars, all your dreams for what other low self-esteem people gonna say about you.
Makes sense.
I'm just saying.
Half the time.
Say it on the mic. That's it on the mic.
Not even half the time, like all the time, it's what you think they'll say.
Yeah.
But when you actually say something or you actually admit to the embarrassment, you hear, oh girl, yeah, me too. And you be like, oh, really? And then you have your miraculous breakthrough because you finally decided to stop living in your head and having that conversation with yourself. Man, look, queen. I invented it. I got the hat, I got the shirt, I got the mug. I mean, what else you need? I got the pens, the journal, what you need. I got it.
Yeah. It's good. It's good to run cameras because it's too much overexposure for him over here. It's better to shoot neutral and fix it in the color board than to have it overexposed. You're absolutely right. No, and I'm glad you said that. Because like WB was just telling me, he was just starting off doing this thing. It's already really good. And I've seen his stuff. What if he was scared to mess up? Because when you first start off, you're going to suck. You're going to be garbage. It's the first 21 days will be the roughest. It's adopting that. It's called skill acquisition. The first 21 days is going to make you feel stupid. There's nobody here to learn how to edit videos, speak a new language, write a program, become a host. I'm looking at both Willie and Sean. They out there. I see them. They always sitting out there. And she's short and he's like tall. He's big superhero tall. She's short. And they always standing next to somebody. And as soon as the camera go on, we hear y'all. I'm like, man, they rocking that camera. They first interview sucked. Their first interview sucked. It was a struggle. Now they social media experts, but them first ones, they was trash. But if you don't go through that, you can't get to where they are. And if you have that fear of just categorically sucking, you're just never going to become a master. It's never going to happen. Michael Jackson used to suck. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. You don't start off on level 100. Right. And I have to remind people of followers of Jesus, because that's a whole bunch of people. I have to remind them all the time, you know, Jesus had to get potty trained too, right? And people don't ever think about that, because it blows your head up, because because every time you look at Jesus, you're using Jesus as an excuse not to be perfect. And you say things like only Jesus was perfect, when Jesus commanded you to be perfect. Even said, Sean, you're going to do greater things than me. Because when you only make Jesus God, you're supposed to do that. If that's your belief, you're supposed to do that. But you're forgetting all man too. Jesus had to learn just like you. Jesus did not. Why? You understand? Yeah, it's at the temple. He got circumcised on the 8th day like every other male boy. That's important. It's very important to remember, because you have this God power in you. Stop using God as an excuse not to be God.
Watch yourself.
Because that's what your sacred text says. Be ye holy as I am. That's it. You are here to create things that only God can. Goldfish can't do it. Elephants can't do it. You've never seen a donkey rolling up on you talking about, your social media messed up, huh? No, it just doesn't happen. There's no parrot building skyscrapers. None of these animals can create something out of nothing but humans. Right. And the only entity that has ever created something out of nothing was God. As is you. And nobody disagrees with that. Now, your preacher, rabbi, monk may teach you differently, But your sacred text, I don't care if it's the Quran, the Torah, or the Bible, it's not saying that. Your sacred text is saying you are of the same substance as the Creator. And you are here to rule with the Creator. Now rule, and however you rule, it shall also be in heaven.
That's what it
says. Now rule. However you rule, it shall also be in heaven. That's it. That's in there. But you let little charismatic folk get on the microphone and tell you otherwise. You know, they tell you, pray for God for money. No, be thankful and you'll never have to worry about money. It's the only time you pray to God is when you're in desperation. That prayer ain't working anyway. Your vibration is off. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah. I forgot what it was.
Oh, you was actively listening. Good job.
That's that co-pilot that you was talking about.
That's that co-pilot.
You only drive the wheel when it's convenient to you.
That's it. That's it. You can't, how you gonna, not real talk, how you gonna manifest when you don't even believe in what you're asking for?
Watch yourself, sir.
Yeah, every time you pray, you're praying, and then I love when y'all do this. I love when you go, you ask God for everything you want, and feel God goes, it's on the way. I got you. Whatever you want, it is yours. But if it's in your will, all right, find it. If it's in my will, it's on the way. I was gonna give you what you asked for, but you ended it with if it's in your will. So I guess we'll just keep you saying if it's in your will. When 50 different texts says whatever you ask, believe, it shall be yours. Oh, you can tell this mountain, be cast up, thrown into the sea. That'll happen. Oh, you think I'm good? What I do with this fig tree? You do the same thing to this fig tree. You know what the just do? They walk by faith. You know what's impossible? Nothing. You know what I can do? Exceedingly and abundantly above all that you can ask or think. All that I ask or think? And here you is thinking about food stamps. So you done shrank God to food stamps. No, that's fair. Exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or think. Lord, if you could just approve these food stamps. That's it? That's all you wanted? That's all you wanted? Okay. Fine, there it is. Come back to me when you come to the throne of grace. Thank you so much.
Give me my receipt.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing outside of y'all sacred text. I'm just simply trying to get you to see your subconscious has totally rewired your sacred text.
Then they think that when you ask for something,
Put that baby in check, because you know what? I don't care what nobody say. This real talk. I'm standing right here at the JOB, and this is real talk. I got put in the lap of a whole team. I know the ATF, just a whole freaking movement. This is a positive. Ain't no make believe. Ain't no almost. Ain't no would have been, could have been, should have been. It is. It is through divine connection. You can't tell. There's no way you could give me a different. In the name of Jesus, I know this thing to be real.
Real talk. Remind me when everybody walk out of here, y'all gonna walk out with my 400 grant list too. Y'all remind me. Y'all remind me. Since y'all got such good positive vibes, y'all can get that. Unless you don't want to get approved for $500,000.
I'm definitely
Okay, cool. Big Will, say what you just said again, because I that was so powerful, and then Deanna agreed with it. Go ahead.
People ask or pray for whatever they want to and expect no trial and tribulation to get there. How you gonna want something and not want to go through the process of getting it?
Yeah.
You're gonna ask for a job, but then when the job comes your way, you're like, I don't want to work there.
Yeah, just in case y'all couldn't hear, you said people ask for something, but don't want to go through the trials and tribulations to get it. God, make me a better person. Okay, no problem. Make you a better person like this. Nope. God, make me a better person. Okay, let me send you a bunch of situations that make you a worse person so you can not do that, so you can become a better person. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, they forget the seek and knock portion. Ask and you shall receive. Seek, and then knock. Do something.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Do something. But look though. Did you not? Do something. Let me do another one for you. There's a text, and I'm trying to. I typically, when I talk, I love the Torah more than anything. But let's talk about Jesus, and somehow I got here. There's a text, and Jesus was talking to a bunch of folk, just like this room here. Jesus said, "Oh, y'all stressing? Man, look at them. Look at that grass. This is in it. I am not adding to this text. Look at that grass. Look how green it is. That grass ain't stressing to be green. Look at the flowers and their multitude of colors. Them flowers didn't practice on being colorful. And the birds of the air, they're not worried about where their next meal is coming from. The Father takes care of all the birds, the grass, and the flowers. How much more do you think the Father loves you? Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will be added unto you. Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow got his own issues. That is genuinely Matthew 6:23-31. I kid you not. I did not add to the text. And here's the truth. We don't understand what the hell you're talking about. And forget the Bible, forget spirituality. Let's just take this as a practical, observational approach. Because Jesus, in this text, was not talking to scholars, nor was Jesus trying to be churchy. Jesus was talking to a bunch of farmers who didn't get it. Now, I need you to process that first, because y'all you spend too much time spiritualizing everything. Let's just be practical. Jesus said, y'all working way too hard out here and stressing. Let me help you out. Why are you stressing? This universe self-sustains itself. How's that not that text? Them birds ain't stressing. You out here, you got goldfish in your tank doing better than you. So what's the solution? The solution is to know that you are so special on this planet. The Father loves you more than them. That there's something so uniquely special about you, farmers who don't get it, that all you got to do is look for what I'm calling heaven, and everything you want will be added unto you. Break it down, Antonio. This protagonist, Jesus, you could be African, you could be atheist, you understand and appreciate everything I'm saying because I have no religious spin on this. Think about this for a moment. Jesus said, it's some energy out here in this universe, and it's perfect. It's for everybody. See, I don't want to play nothing. The problem is you ain't seeking it. Oh, no. According to Matthew, Jesus spent 5 chapters talking about the kingdom of heaven and how awesome it is and it's touching earth. Yeah, there's perfection out here. It's on earth and you don't vibrate at it. Therefore, the birds are doing better than you because they vibrate at it. So how do you fix it? Seek the proper vibration. What's the proper vibration? It don't matter. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, Jesus says. It ain't worried about tomorrow, clearly, because I said that explicitly. So what's the vibration? Whatever works has touched here. Run that vibration. Positive vibes only. Let me use all y'all popular vernacular today. Don't worry, be happy. Do, be happy, right? Whatever it is, There is a force, a creative force. I'll call it source. There is a source energy. If you just look at the argument you're in and ask yourself, is this source energy? If it's no, don't do it. Pause, do like I did this morning, and say, my bad. Because apparently for 2 weeks, I had you thinking a manner that is not worthy of you, Sean. And that ain't her fault. That's my fault. So in that situation, the only thing I can do is be heaven in it. I got to own all that. Got to kill all that. Got to lay down my pride and say, shh, won't happen again. I got you. You understand what I'm saying? What is not appropriate is to go, why you tripping? You know who I am? I'm busy. I ain't make a single excuse. I don't even know what I was doing that day. I don't even remember it. So if I don't remember it, it means I clearly didn't do the right thing. Because if I was invited to something important and don't remember what I was doing that day, it means I did not treat Sean like God on earth, period, point blank. Therefore, my dreams for the last 2 weeks were forfeited.
Wow.
And you're never going to be able to prove me wrong now or ever. For 2 weeks, any plan I had wouldn't go work. Oh, see, I don't like this. I know you don't. I know you don't. Because you thinking in your head, damn, I got that by 11 people right now. That's 11. Look, Tracy, like, oh, Lord. You, look, 11 people since the 90s, too. You know what I'm saying? And then you got, here's the deal. That's half the battle. Sean was like, man, I'll forgive it. What's up? See, but y'all don't know how to do that. You don't know how to go, oh, all's well. What you know how to do is make me live an apology, attack my character, tell me how I'm always am, and how everybody am, and how all men are dogs, and I have no idea what y'all say. It's been so long since I've said stuff like this, but you get the point. When I tried to go make money, my limiting beliefs, the story I told myself and others, and my fear of judgment went like this in this order. Number one, my parents taught me how to make money, and I kept that. Number two, my neighborhood taught me how to make money. The story of my neighborhood was, well, it was two different neighborhoods. I grew up where they wear red, and then went to where they wear blue for the longest. And where they wear red, with no money. It was income tax balling. And we may or may not have moved some secure packages or not. I cannot confirm or deny this because snitches get stitches. When I went to Uptop, Texas, you understand. That's it. Crooked Split, which I write. Yeah, you understand. You understand. Yeah, Uptop, Texas, you understand. Where the Crips go. Yes. Where Leroy becomes C-Roy. You understand. Yeah. That's where I got all my gangster from. I was a kid with the Bloods. I was becoming a man with the Crips. You understand. And still, what happened? We saw white people 2 times a year. Well, we only saw 2 types of white people. Cops patrol the neighborhood, and the insurance man come and take our grandmother check. And they was always in the suit. And that's the truth. Where I come from, this is the truth. This is an accurate statement. This is the only time I saw white people. You know, white people. It was ghetto people around ghetto people. When we ordered pizza field, they said, "Oh, we don't deliver to your zip code." That's where I come from. You understand? We couldn't order pizza. We had to go to the hood store that sold the egg rolls and the hamburgers all in one spot.
That's where
they
I'm
wouldn't
at.
afraid of us. That's where you at. They weren't afraid of us. They had the same thing we was carrying. You understand? It's like that. So my neighborhood taught me the only thing around here is struggle. And unless you dribble out this or throw a football out this joint, you ain't getting out this joint. Yep. I had to let that go. That is story you tell yourself another, limited beliefs, judgment, fear, consequences. Then I got adopted at 15. Oh, that church. That church say, the rich young ruler walked away from Jesus because he didn't want to give up his possessions. Oh, yeah, I don't want to play with me now. Gain the world. Come on, finish it for me.
Lose your soul.
Okay, thank you so much. You know how this goes. And then the pastor and pastors seem to always have a problem with money, but always wanted the money.
Yeah.
Was I not supposed to say that out loud? Was that too much? Because I feel like that's accurate. We had 3 offerings.
Yeah.
Sunday school offering,
yeah.
benevolent offering, yep. Tithes and offering.
Yep.
And the pastoral offering. Yes, during pastoral observation. So we had 4 offerings. Thank you so much. I need to amend my story every time I tell it now. We had 4 offerings. And here's the deal. And them honest deacons, I need some Jehovah Witnesses in here now. Them honest deacons would sit right there. We are all that good time in church. Nope. This offering, if it take 45 minutes, it'll take 45 minutes. We getting all this offering. That's why Pastor, you talk. We finna count this money in front of everybody, and we won't give a report.
That's it.
Them deacons ain't played back in the day. With none of that, go to the back of it. You're gonna count this money, right? Yeah. And then they're gonna tell you, they're gonna say, all right, you go ahead and do it for us, Grace. Go do it on the mic for us, Grace. This old school.
We have the senior mission gave $125. Youth offering $25.
Sunday school offering $9.
Sunday school offering $9 because ain't nobody in Sunday school. That's an offering.
$300. Thank you so much, Grace. Now listen, but here's the deal. Then they tell you what we need $100 more. Now here's the deal.
Yeah.
Pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. This is the church. I'm not saying the church taught me this. I'm saying I made a meaning out of what the church taught me. Mm-hmm. First off, there's 75 people up in this joint. What the hell are we doing with just $300? Number one. 2, what you mean we didn't get it the first time and we need another $100? I'm not saying it's wrong.
Right.
I'm saying that I learned you got to beg for money.
Mm.
And I also learned that just because there's a lot of people don't mean it's a lot of money. Everybody in here broke.
Mm.
So the church taught me don't be rich. And everybody who look like me ain't got no money either. Can I push that further? Mm-hmm. So when it's time to be successful, don't even hang with them black folks. Go and get them white folks. And then maybe one of them good white women. See, y'all didn't want to play. It's all right. It's all right. But you acting like that don't happen, though. Okay. All right then.
No more edge ups.
Calm down. I'm so weak. Tamale. Wait a minute. Why was that true? I am no, Damali. Go in the corner, Damali. But I'm not saying anything's wrong with this. I'm saying I was taught through the church by accident that Black people struggle. It will always be a struggle, and Black people don't like wealthy people.
That's a fact. Yes. Yes.
That's what I was, and God don't like wealthy people. And if by chance you do become wealthy, it's a strong possibility God won't like you when you do, because you're gonna lose your soul when you get there.
Or you sold your soul for the money.
Or you sold your soul for the money. You understand? And don't listen to them horoscopes when the whole Bible is a horoscope. Everybody in the Bible doing astrology except for Christians today. And again, I'm not talking about the church. I'm talking about what I made the meaning out of what I experienced. That's the third level. The fourth level. Well, let me repeat so everybody catch it. Parents, neighborhood, church, country. You got to receive this. As I added that, the country said, this is where Black people belong. Black people belong right here. Right, good, get a good job, off on weekends. $3,000 every income tax. That's when you really feel good about money. Y'all don't want to play with me. You understand? And when you need more money, Antonio, come ask us. That's Mike. Come ask us.
Yeah.
We'll loan you the money. If you qualify. And we'll decide if you qualify.
Because if you live in the wrong area.
If you're in the wrong zip code, you automatically don't qualify. But but come and apply for your dreams.
Ooh. Wow.
That's what the country taught me. And to be honest with you, that ain't got nothing to do with Black. They teaching everybody that. That Black, white, Jew, or Gentile. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I had to deal with. And then the hardest battle. Black people. Black people made me feel so intimidated for being successful. Because Black people, before I ever got money, they accused me of being fake just in case I get it. What you gonna do for your people? What Obama did for us. Come on now.
Don't do that.
Come on.
Don't do that.
Come on.
Don't do that.
Come on. We do that. We still do this today.
Yeah.
We still do this today. And Black people had me so afraid of being successful because I didn't want to let my people down. And to be honest with you, that's just not a confrontation I wanted to have. So I genuinely flew too low just so I didn't have to deal with explaining or defending myself about being me. I'll let y'all sit on that for a while because that happened to me. And I know a few people, and this is very Black specific because I'm Black. I know a few people, and some of y'all may be in this room. You're genuinely afraid to make money because you got to represent your whole gender now. You got to represent your whole race now. You got to represent your whole family line. And listen, this ain't just, now that part, this ain't Black. Be somebody like Susan. Come from a well-to-do family. Generation after generation, after generation after generation. And then say, I'm gonna give it that entrepreneur over there.
Yeah.
Think about this. Generation after generation after generation. And then she says, I'm gonna give it Phil, who's an entrepreneur. What? It's cool to be an entrepreneur today. Yeah. In the 70s, Phil was one of those kids with the pink mohawk. And right, he wasn't, but you get what I'm saying? He was one of those. They call him a punk. You know, the punks in the streets. You see him on when you watch Police Academy. Yes. When you watch Police Academy, you see him. Phil might as well been a riffraff because he's a white man. He's supposed to do what white men do, and that's white men standards on that white man oppressing that white man. So we all got something we got to get rid of. And if Susan couldn't see past all that, obviously she made the right decision. But think about that. Think about how many women are not picking the man they want because the family has this reputation?
Mm.
Or how many people become doctors who don't want to be doctors? Because if you're Indian,
Oh yeah.
there's only two options for you.
Yep.
Become an engineer or a doctor. Can I push it further? If you're Nigerian, there's only two options for you. Become an Indian or an engineer. I mean, become a doctor or an engineer. That's
Or
it.
a nurse. They'll let you
Or
be a
nurse.
too.
Or nurse. Or nurse.
And my husband used to press my son, "You're gonna be a doctor." Then my son finally said, "Daddy, when I become rich, I'm gonna own a clinic. I'm not gonna be a doctor, but I'm gonna own a clinic so I can help fulfill part of your dream." I was like, wow.
All right, that's good.
From a 10-year-old.
I don't know a single, like Houston has a whole, not like Highway 6, Beach Nut, South, that's Nigerian Houston. That whole area is Nigerian. You live over there?
That's where I drive 45 minutes to go grocery shopping.
That's it. They that whole Nigeria area. I don't know a single Nigerian that is allowed not to work their tail off and not to have at least a master's. If you don't have a master's and you don't work your tail off, you have shamed the family.
Yeah.
That's the story you tell yourself and others, your limiting beliefs. Because imagine, what if, that's why you don't see too many Nigerian actors. Now, not in Nollywood, in Nigeria, you will see that. That's a whole industry in itself. But think about that.
Yeah.
Think about it. This is, you almost can't be if you're gonna be an Indian actor, it's only two options for you. Because it's like a Disney movie. What's gonna happen in a Disney movie? It happens every Disney movie. It's a musical.
Yeah.
Disney movies are musicals. There will be song.
Right.
Right. So if you in India, you're gonna be doing your dramatic movie, and all of a sudden it's a song routine, and you better know how to dance. Or you got to be the over the top Indian. So it's out of the Telugu. Only reason I know this because I got business in these places. It's out of Telugu. That's the movie with the super duper visual effects and all this stuff, or the other stuff. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because everybody is being controlled, and back to the title, and ain't nothing wrong, but you. Every single thing that you have bought into, you did. Now, my original statement is going to make sense. Your only job is to do what you want to do, not my expectations of you. It makes sense now, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Willie wants to do with his company. I know it better be what he wants to do with his company. You know why? Because the fastest way to be unhappy is to live somebody else's life they have planned for you.
Right about that.
Yep. And your parents, right now, I have no idea how WB grew up. I do know him doing film was not part of the plan. There ain't nobody black ever said, you know what, I want you to break into film. Like, what? Tyler Perry is an anomaly. Him and Spike Lee. You hear me? Ain't nobody black came in. You maybe you do act, but not behind the camera. Oh no. That ain't what we do. No. We ain't nobody ever said, "Ooh, baby, you know, at Thanksgiving dinner, come here. Show them that film you did. show them your camera specs." That ain't what we say. We say, come here, show them that dance you did. Boy, stop being shy, show them that dance. We're groomed for in front of the camera. So to be behind, that's a disappointment.
Wow.
Someone talk about it.
I just want to be honest. Let me fall on the sword right now. The day that Grace called me about film school, the thing that I said to Grace was, damn, Grace, I've always been in front of the camera. I don't even see me working the back of it. I might get somebody to help me that's going to work the back of it. But in my job, I don't ever see me working it like that. So you are absolutely positively right, because I just was convicted when you said it, because I remember the conversation with Grace. I said, well, maybe we'll see if Mr. Anthony will get in it, because I definitely know I need somebody behind the camera to shoot me, because I've only been in front of the damn.
And that means, to know yourself for sure. But age is admitting, oh yeah, I had some policemen up there telling me, because Black people are not taught to be in support roles. Support technical roles. That's not what we taught. That's not what we taught. We're taught to be out front in a government job. Don't make no waves. Let me list to you government jobs. School district. Hospital. Come on now. The most successful person, chemical plant.
Post office.
Post office. Most successful person in y'all family.
The warehouse. The warehouse. The forklift man,
You sure right. Anything we consider a government job, that is a government job. That's why we always school teachers. And then we always work for this. And then, of course, if you can't do that, go on out there to TDC. Well, y'all don't have TDC. Go out there to the prison and become one of them, whatever you call them, the TDC guard. I have no idea what y'all call it. Texas Department of Corrections, TDC guard. Don't do that. Or she'll one step away from it. And down here, go and get that TWIC card.
Yeah.
That's
the CNA.
Oh, the CNA. Go on, become a CNA, and you can eventually work yourself up. You're gonna do nursing, but just do the 1 year nursing, baby. Just do the 1 year nursing. Now you're making $40,000 a year instead of the $100,000 a year, because somebody done told you to go to school for 1 year when an extra year would have made you a 6-figure nurse. The story, TWIC, TWIC. It's
Transportation Worker Identification Credential.
How the hell do you know that?
Got one in my hand right now.
Diwali from Galveston. You got to remember, Galveston is a port.
That's right.
It's a port. If you got a TWIC card, we go together. You make about $30 an hour or something like that. Real talk.
Yeah, Sam has one because of his truck driving and stuff.
Because of his truck driving. There you go. Yeah, see, there you go. The TWIC card. It's a Texas thing, but I have no idea what it's like in other. But remember that we're living in a port area, and that's how you become a security for this cruise ships and all that stuff like that, making $25, $30 an hour and all that stuff like that. Now, why are you the problem though? Well, here's your second set of three. You're the problem because you know too much. Let me tell you how. You're the problem because you know too much. One, quantum physics is killing you. I'll explain. Two, thermodynamics is killing you. Three, Newton's laws of motion are killing you. All scientific. I'll make it real easy. The problem is you know too much. So what I've done is I've given you 3 sets of laws that prove whether you Christian or Muslim, quantum physics is still going quantum physics. If you're devout, if you ask God for forgiveness, thermodynamics is still going to punch you in the face. It is. Ooh, Lord, forgive me. You are forgiven, my child. However, here's these consequences that still come. See, you asking for forgiveness. The consequences still coming out saying on you. Oh my God, we coming back to it. And then quick. Look, quick. You think God is going to forgive you and your consequences. Nope. Nope. I tell you what you do. I want you to jump in the pool of acid and say, Lord, forgive me.
Oh, Lord.
And let's see how them consequences work against your carbon-based body.
Even with David.
Even with David, huh? No, so we got Jehovah's Witnesses are Bible scholars. Go ahead, man. Break it down. Break it down.
He begged, he cried for everything.
Put your mic on. Put it on him.
That son, that child that he had to die. He said, nope, that baby, what?
Got to go. I need that firstborn child. I'm gonna need that. And I love David's response. Oh my God, baby dead. Well, let's get back to work. It did, because he understood it was in God. When it was in God's hand, I'm appealing. Now that it's done, I got to get back to work. I ain't back to work. There's another instance of David. 3 different times, Nathan said, let me tell you a story, my man. It's a whole rich man had every sheep and cow you can think of. But way over there, so the man only had one cow. Took his cow, broke him, feasted on it. David said, "Oh,
we got to find him.
We got to find him right now. Hold a damn minute, guy. We got to find him. I swear in your name, today he will be dead." Nathan say, "That's you.
That's you, bro.
That's you. You did that. That was you, player. Yeah, you did that. You did that. How? Bathsheba. He's talking about Bathsheba and Uriah. You did that." Yeah. And I love David's response. David went, "Oh, wretched man is me." Let me tell you something. Antonio wouldn't have did that. Because you gotta understand, Tracy, he got away with it for 2 years. You hear me? It was 2 years. Let me tell you what Antonio would have did. Now, it wouldn't be God. You know, they got CGI out there. That wouldn't be. You should check your records. I'd have lied through my teeth with an F. I would have. Knowing, I still would have lied. Still would have lied. There's no way I would have had a response like David. That's why I ain't David. You wouldn't have had a response like David either. You'd have been David. David was like, "You right." And there's no way in hell I would have did that. No way. And God says, "I forgive you though. But I need you to choose from these 3 things." Which one you want? Because you're taking everybody else with you too. It ain't just gonna be your suffering. Now, son, everybody's suffering with you. Just because you're forgiven don't mean that the harvest ain't coming out the ground. Reap what you sow. Let me break all this down. Number 1, I told you quantum physics is killing you, right? The reason why it is your problem and you are the problem is because you don't understand that laws are laws. Allow me to explain. I give you all the quantum physics laws, but I'm going to give you one of why the Indians did not and were not ready for the Pilgrims. Quantum physics will tell you that, and Phil, I forget what it's called, reticular activating system programming, PlayStation 5, something like that. Okay, so I had it right the first time. Okay. I had it right the first time. And they didn't have ships. Mm-hmm. Now, anyway, so they never seen a ship. So if you've never seen something, your brain makes it 100% invisible. Don't worry, I'll prove it with quantum physics. You ever bought a car, your mom bought a car, and Sean, you saw that car, never seen it before. As soon as you got it, every 13 cars, there's that car again. There's that car again. And you start looking at the license plate. X-Y. No, it's not. Hers is DMS. You don't remember the whole thing, you just remember the first 3. And she got the little pink around her license plate. That wasn't the one. But that looked exactly like the car, right? Here's the deal. That's 2,000 pounds with 2,000 nuts and bolts Combustible engine. A combustible engine means there is a controlled explosion. There's an explosion. That's what your pistons are for. There's a fire happening, a bomb going off that's under control. That's what a combustible engine is in layman's terms. There's a fire. There's a bomb going off under control. It's loud. It's 2,000 pounds. It's colorful. Somebody that ate in it or smoked in it, and you ain't never seen it. How, Sway? Because until that car got into your consciousness, your brain was so powerful. It took the car out, made it invisible, and it pulled the background and made the background visible. Law said that was well said.
Yes.
Now you're saying, I'm going to look at everybody now. You're saying, well, how does this work? That's what you're doing to your breakthrough.
What's the background around it?
That's what's happening. That's what you're doing to your breakthrough. Every day, the thing you're praying for right now has shown up in your life. But since you know too much, your brain says, nah, you didn't listen to him talk. He was talking when he was talking. I don't mean like talking. I mean, in your brain. You was judging when she was talking. You wasn't open. You wasn't actively listening. You wasn't receptive. You wasn't grateful. You had the story you tell yourself. You say, this is all making sense now together. The story you was telling yourself and others was louder than what they were saying. Your limiting beliefs was louder than what they were saying. Your fear of consequences and judgments was louder than the pages on those books. Therefore, we're going to make your breakthrough invisible. That's why you've been praying to God for the same thing since the 1990s. That's why every decade of your life, you have the same financial situation you were born into. Most people on this planet live the same financial situation you were born into from your parents. You're doing no better than them. Same tax bracket. Because the breakthrough that you need has become invisible. So you can't hear your breakthrough. You see this every day. When you see an animal you don't know, your brain goes, you go, man, what was that? And your brain goes, oh no, but it looked like
a rat.
Exactly. It looked like something we've seen before. When you seen an armadillo for the first time, I don't know. It looked like a rat with a shell on it. Remember y'all saw a possum for the first time? That was at the pick out. That was big. That was a big rat. That was a possum. That's a rat. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a rat. I don't care what you're talking about. Because the possum looks like a rat. Your brain was saying, no way in hell we're going to be wrong, Antonio. You got us messed up because we are the brain and we're never wrong. Therefore, I don't know what you think we saw, but we saw a big rat, a big something we know.
Yeah.
It's why you can't receive. It's why your life hasn't changed, because the God you serve has every day come to you with your breakthrough. And every day you said, nah, I know what I'm doing, God. I got it. I got it, player. Oh, y'all want to play with me today? You walking too hard. I got it. I got it. What we doing? That's what we're doing, though. That's what we're doing. We do it without sexual preferences. We do it not orientation. That's out the question, right? Sexual orientation, sexual preferences are two different things. By all means, keep your orientation. I am a gay ally. If there's ever been one, you are more than welcome to keep your orientation. It's all good. Your preference, though, you might be tripping because your preference got you single right now. Is that true? Did I say? Did I say? Your preference is causing your current situation. If you didn't know, it's causing your situation. You may want to change your preference up a little bit because your picker is wrong. It's broken. It's broken. If you keep picking the same mate while being the same person every decade, This is a new, but they just look, they got a different face, but the same everything.
Yeah.
Same stuff turn you on. You need to find something else to turn you on. You need to find something else that turn you on. You know, there's a lady that's in the network. She hates stomachs. She likes boys and girls. She hates stomachs. She just can't stand them. She absolutely hates stomachs. And she's in y'all don't really know, but she's incredibly gorgeous. She almost 40. She's single. And she got nothing to show for her life. So I said, you might want to start liking stomachs. I just told her this like a week ago. Give it a try. Listen, you 37, 38. There's no stomach thing ain't working out for you. How long we gonna keep waiting?
I know.
I'm not saying get a big stomach. You get a little pooch somewhere or something. Pudge, something. Get a little pudge.
Little fupa.
Little fupa. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the deal. Am I telling her that she's wrong? No. What I'm telling her is you too smart, because every smart pick you made got you in a life you don't like.
Mm.
The problem is you. Because ain't nothing else wrong. You just know too much. You know everything about how, I tell you, Sean come to you with a whole plan. Will, I think we ought to do this. Now, this don't happen, but Will, I think we ought to do this. Nah, it ain't gonna work. Okay, so what you're telling me is you don't want to hear the rest of what I'm gonna say, because you already know all the ways how we gonna fail before we even get started.
Come on
Careful.
now.
Careful, because y'all kiss some folk in the mouth just like that. You can't, if you with somebody that you can't even, I feel walk too hard. If this is the hardest thing I've said so far. If you are with somebody and you're not even allowed to be happy around them, Damali call you with good news.
Hit him right now, Bree. Hit him for me. He's meddling hard right now.
Hard.
Real hard. Hit him. Because that's
Can't
hard.
even get
That's hard right there,
It's
bro.
hard.
I can't even laugh. Don't play with me. I like to have fun. Are you kidding me? We can't live like this. Oh my God. Bruh. You peddling right now.
That's
You peddling.
it.
It's all, sometimes all you need is a good laugh, man. Laughter can take everything, save a life. But damn it if I can't laugh. Oh
Can't
my
laugh.
God.
Can't even get a good Damali call you and say, girl, we get to go to Paris next year. You already know, not you. You already know.
Shut up, Antonio. Let's even take the trip. Know everything that's going to go wrong before you even book the damn trip. Like everything. Everything. Any idea you thought was about to be great, they're going to talk it out of you.
They're going to talk it out of you. They're going to talk it out of you.
Now, bro. You peddling.
Look, they're going to talk it out of you. Then what they going to say? But first off, that costs money.
It's a year away.
No. See, they're not going to say it's a year away. Let's budget accordingly. Let's save $23 a day. They're not fit to say that. They're not going to say, let's save $27.40 a day. That's $10,000 for your trip. They're not going to say that. Because the real problem is, Willie, the idea didn't come from them. So it's a stupid idea. As long as they didn't think of the idea is wrong.
Gotcha.
Because all your ideas are supposed to come through them. That's your problem. You out there listening to that boy.
To that boy.
You out there trying to go to college.
Yeah.
And you finna leave me for a man. I didn't even finish it. I didn't even finish it. But you know what I'm talking about. Every time you open up your school books, there's an argument. This whole trip to Paris canceled. You can't even enjoy this
I don't
conversation.
know what it's saying. You know, I'm late on the. You know, I'm late on the chat, but I be damned about that. Damali just said we spoke that. We going to Paris. I seen that part.
Now, y'all know how it works. No, real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. As soon as you know, like, I better keep this quiet. Let me start a whole bank account because, come on now, don't fool me now. I live on planet Earth too.
Let me not tell him because all of a sudden he gonna get a headache.
He gonna get a headache. He gonna say, "What about the kids?" He gonna, you know what I'm talking about. There are some folk who won't even let you breathe without their permission. And I'll tell you if you know this is you. This is how you know this is you. If your home is not safe for you, and I'm not talking about violence, this is you. You got one room, maybe your bathroom or your closet is the only place you can actually meet the Lord. You can actually relax. I need somebody to keep it real with me. That the only time you feel safe
is when you behind that door.
When it's closed, looking in the mirror going, girl, why are we here again?
Thank you.
Again. When you got a whole prayer closet, like when your house has to be reduced to a jail cell, because think about it, if you move that room out your life, you might kill yourself. So you know this is you. You know you in a position in a relationship that's killing you if you cannot have your home be a home.
Well, you actually like going to work.
Oh, you like going to work?
Like going to
work. As soon as your keys, as soon as your keys touch that doorknob home, you go.
Man, before you even get out the car, you hesitate.
When you pull up in the driveway, you have to change your whole vibration.
You show right.
All of a sudden, you're like, okay, now I better get it together.
Yeah. Free to say, as soon as you get in the driveway, as soon as you get in the driveway, you got to change your whole vibration. You was all happy, and then now you got to get back to your house vibration because you better not come in that house happy.
What you happy about?
Yeah, what you happy?
You must have had a good day.
So what's going on? Because what's making you happy?
Because I'm not.
Because I need to kill it. Whatever it is, we will not be doing it no more after today. So as soon as I identify what made you happy, I'm killing it. You used to play basketball, not no more. You have friends, I don't like your friends. And don't act like mess up. Oh, if you mess up, now I got you real good now. Because now I can overtly get rid of your friends. I tell you, I don't like Vanessa.
I don't like Vanessa because last time y'all was out, this is what
that's
happened.
it. So you can't hang with Vanessa no more. And if you get to hang with Vanessa, I tell you what, I get to go find me a Vanessa. And the same thing you did with her, I get to do. So
go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like your daughter either. I don't like your daughter either, and your mama reinforce your negative habits.
Wait a minute. See how you do now? See? You get real right comfortable with yourself and stuff. You know what I mean? Oh my God, breaking everything down. I don't even like the way you do
everything down. I don't even like the way you do it.
Oh shit. Shut up.
Listen, if on Thanksgiving and Christmas, you always at they house, but never ever at your family shindigs, you probably in this situation. Quantum physics is killing you. Because your breakthrough, the other side, I'm so grateful I'm no longer there. Your breakthrough is being blocked by quantum physics. It's invisible to you. Thermodynamics, and this is a doozy. God bless us all. I do apologize up front. There are 3 laws of thermodynamics. We need to cover all 3. Grace, Google all 3. Google these words: thermodynamics, easily explained. Skip the videos and go to a written document. I know them. Number one, energy can never be created. It can never be destroyed. Now I need y'all to hear me on this. Cameraman, get ready to lift your camera up a little bit. Get ready to lift your camera up a little bit. I'm gonna scoot this back. I want to stand while I say this. I'm gonna stand while I say this. I'm gonna tilt this so y'all can see me, and I'm gonna get back so he can pan out pretty easily. Now you can share the screen. Yeah, I'm gonna stand while I want to see everybody.
This one gives 4, but it says the 0, so I guess you don't want to do that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You keep it up. Entropy, and then temperature approaches absolute 0. Entropy of the system approaches constant minimum. I'll explain. I had to stand up because nothing in your life needs to be fixed now or ever. The reason why I'm standing up is because the top 1% knows this. And you are hurting yourself trying to do the opposite. The first law of thermodynamics says energy can never be created. That means every single thing is already in existence. Number one, which you use to your disadvantage. Nor can energy ever be destroyed, which you definitely use to your disadvantage. Both of these are killing you. Please hear me. You're praying, you're lighting incense, which good for you. Get in touch with your ancestors. You are doing, you stopped it for a second, Grace. You're doing shadow work because you believe you have to manifest. That's a lie. That is the difference between me and you. That's a big lie. Nobody here has to manifest anything. We say this word, but that's not how I mean it. That's not how the top 1% mean it. Because the way you're receiving manifestation means you have to create your breakthrough. But energy can never be created. The reason why you can't get what you want, you know, the formula X, believe, receive, you think in the believing process, you got to create it. But energy can never be created, never be destroyed. I'll give you another example. You're saying, man, I want to be a millionaire. And you think you got to create $1 million. But you can't create $1 million because energy can never be created. And people like me know this. Go ahead. This should have all of you in fog, and you should literally be offended because you're like, that ain't how it works. You crazy. No, you crazy. Go ahead.
So you're telling me if energy can never be created, and I'm thinking I have to go create my ranch. I have to go create my 132 billion.
How's that working out for you?
I don't have to create it because if it can never be created, that means it's already in existence.
Where were you in the beginning of the world?
Watch it.
I wasn't here.
Watch it, Joe.
Where were you when the stars got up there?
I wasn't here.
Where were you when water became water?
I wasn't even a thought.
Assuming there is a Big Bang. Where were you in the Big or the Bang?
I was not there.
Were any of you in the expansion of this universe? That energy from the beginning of time was already created. You do not have to create anything. You must vibrate at everything you desire. If you think it,
say that again.
Already it's vibrational. Oh, sorry, I forgot I muted myself. I'm sorry. That was so good too. You do not have to create anything because you can't. Energy can never be created, can never be destroyed. So if you're trying to create your breakthrough, then under no circumstances are you ever going to do it. It's too much work. And the hardest working people on planet Earth are poor.
So you vibrate at your break.
The most honest, hardworking people on planet Earth are poor.
Yeah.
You vibrate. Why? Because since everything has already been created, all you have to do is vibrate at it. And what's the strongest vibration on the planet? Thought. And therefore, if you're thinking it, Tracy, it means you got this backwards. If you're thinking it, it doesn't mean you have to create it. It means if you're thinking it, it's already created. Yeah. This is why the Bible tells you it's already yours. This is why the motivation speaker tells you it's already yours, because it's already in existence. Your job is to be still.
Watch it.
Know that I am God. There's some scriptures again. Be still and match the vibration of the breakthrough you desire. If you want to be a millionaire, it's time to vibrate like a millionaire now while you're dirty, ashy, and poor. You don't become a millionaire when you become a millionaire. If you never become it now, you're never going to get it. If you want to be a lawyer, you can't not stop smoking weed now. You can't hang out with your friends every night. You have to stop everything you're doing now and become a lawyer as a freshman and vibrate lawyer. Have the background check of a lawyer. Have the drug test of a lawyer. Have the connections of a lawyer. Read the books of a lawyer. Become that lawyer, and the more you vibrate at that frequency, you'll pass the bar. It is that simple. Y'all got religious backgrounds? Everybody who don't have a religious background. It doesn't matter if you're religious now. Who has a religious background? Does everybody have a religious background? All right, good. Y'all making God work too damn hard. Y'all making God work too damn hard. Way too hard. It's already created. God said you can have it. God said just vibrate at it so I can give it to you. But you want God to fold up in your mailbox, create paper out of oxygen, then put ink on the check, then create a bank that the check come into just to put money in your mailbox. When God says, if you want $1 million, just vibrate, walk, and I promise you, I'll open up a divine connection for you. Someone will then meet you, mentor you, and walk you to $1 million without effort.
Woo! That's so true.
That's an appropriate response. Hallelujah. This universe is a universe of ease without effort. If you got resistance, you shouldn't be doing it. If you don't like learning it, don't do it. Now, when you know what you want and it gets hard, it won't be resistance for you because you'll love it. Because if I got to motivate you, you're doing the wrong thing. If you're in your gift, all that trials and tribulations will be enjoyable. Even if it get on your nerves, you'll still have enough strength to do it. But when you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, those are trials and tribulations. You can't stand it. Okay, let me get Law, then Deanna. Go ahead, Law.
I wanted you to go deeper on the vibration part because I was trying to understand.
Yes. Sure will.
I internalize that as the action. So, for instance, I understood it when you was saying about lawyer, right? But because I want to be a millionaire, what actions is that? You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Let's forget the actions for right now. If I want to be a millionaire, what do I need to do? You need to understand that you're already a millionaire right now. And I don't mean like some wooey-fooey talk. I mean, somewhere there's a future you that is a millionaire. You know why? Because every present thought you have is a memory for future you. That's why it's called inspiration. It is fire from within. Because future you on the timeline, you're not consciously there yet,
Right.
is remembering
Watch yourself.
how to get there. And future you is telling you, calm down, because I'm trying to talk to you. And until you be still, so you can hear future you remember how you got there, you're never going to get there.
Which is all biblical. It's in there. It's
That's
in there.
all biblical.
It's in
That's
there.
all science. Time does not work linear the way you think it does. Here's the deal. I'll prove it to you. Right now, today, you can remember your first car accident, but that don't exist no more.
Right.
So how can you remember it so vividly? Because two things are possible. God is still there making the timeline in existence, and so are you. Because just because you passed that time don't mean that time died. Because why? Why can the past never die? Because energy can never be created.
You know, it destroyed.
So every day you're in that car accident. Just like every day you're a millionaire. Whatever you think, you can achieve. Why? Because you already did it. You just got to be still so you can vibrate at the version of you that's already done it. Be still and know that you are God.
Come on now. Can I make a confession? Right here in this space. Yeah,
Somebody ought to say something, WB. You know
Go ahead. Because as growing up as a child, with all the trauma and drama that I've ever been through and always had in my life, one thing still remained constant all the time. And people would say it to me, and they said I pass it on to my children.
Yeah, you did. It's called epigenetics.
No, it's true. It's true.
It's epigenetics.
That was that I act as if I'm a queen. I act as if I'm supposed to have the best of everything. I act as if, this is true. This is what I was told. I act as if I'm some type of millionaire or billionaire. And I always say, I am. Because when God says to you, you can have whatever you want. I got everything. I own everything. So you have the heritage of that. So that means it's mine, right?
That's fair.
All I have to do is get it because it's there.
That's fair.
Which deals with receiving, which is what I always had a issue with.
Everybody, 96% of the world. How you know that, Antonio? Because 96% of the world is being controlled by 1% of it. So 96% of the world has a receiving problem, especially Christians. No offense to you, but you've been taught to ask. Oh, Lord, I come to you right now, knee bent, body bound. And you know, come on, I'm moving now. You know what I'm saying? We act real good, don't we? Especially the black folk. You know, the black church, we act real good. Then we believe. You never step out of believing into knowing it's already done. Receiving. Here's the deal. What came first, you or God?
Yeah.
Okay. Therefore, your breakthrough, because energy can never be created, never be destroyed, it's already here. Your thing you desired came first because it's energy.
Okay. Yeah.
And the highest form of energy that could ever possibly be, once you say, is this. All right, can you go past it? That. Can you go past it? That. Once you can't go past no more, there is God. Okay. And you say God came first, then you. Therefore, everything you want is already in existence already. Your job is to be still and know everything you ever wanted was created at the beginning of the time because it's just energy. And that energy can take
where is your Bible? When is it coming out? When is it coming out? I need this Bible for
you trying to make me write a Bible.
For my audience.
Translation with the Antonio Hood talk so everybody can understand it. Antonio Hood talk.
The NIV, I don't see why not.
Why not, right? Yeah, no doubt. I actually met the guy who wrote the NIV, the literary side of the NIV. Yeah, well, I would do. He signed one of my books. We just sent it to my dad. The breakthrough you're desiring is already there, because energy can never be created. So why the hell is you trying to create something? Stop. Don't create. Know. And when you know, be still, vibrate at that, and you're going to move to your next knowing move. And then you're going to move again. And the more you move towards your dreams, the more your dreams will move towards you. And rich people understand this.
Yeah.
Rich people understand this. I told everybody I'm going to start a toy company, a shoe company, and a bra company. Early this year. I've done 2 out of the 3. I had no idea how I was going to do it when I said I was going to do it. I just knew that I thought about it, and it's mine. And can't nobody tell me that what I think about is not mine. Because if I think it, it means somewhere out there, it's thinking of me too.
Yeah.
You real talk.
Yeah.
This is why I don't do none of that BS. I don't, hey, if I did this, my bad. If I do this, cause ain't none of this drama worth my dreams. I don't want no karma on me. None. Because I want my dreams easily flowing to me. I don't want them to get bumped and stuck by the karma I've done to somebody.
That part.
Because some of us ain't getting stuff we want because it's getting stuck in the stuff we did.
That's why you gotta forgive. That's the only way to get rid of karma.
Right. Well, that's why forget. Only way to get rid of karma. You've been listening. You've been listening. And now you say that's tough, but it's true. Daniel tries to tell you this. Daniel says, this is real talk. This is actually one of my favorite books. It's in Aramaic. Daniel said, the angels come to Daniel. Oh man, we came 21 days ago. We just had to fight through all this stuff to get to that's in the Bible. I'm telling you, that's in there. Your prayer was answered 21 days ago. We were delayed by principalities, the spiritual warfare. And how much are your principles and your karma delaying your breakthrough? Go ahead, Tracy.
Okay. So I want to.
If somebody start off like that, they'd have had a breakthrough.
Well, because I'm writing everything that I want to add. So I want to go back really quickly. You said be still and vibrate at the frequency, right? And then I was thinking, okay, well, what about, that's like having faith, but then, faith without works is dead. So are you saying you be still, but you're only being still for the moment so that you can hear? Or is the works the vibration of being in what you want?
It's both and. This is a very good question, a very advanced question. Let's deal with the second part, the easiest part. And that is, the answer is both and. Yes, you are to just be still to get to the point. Why? So you can then move as the right person instead of the wrong person.
Okay.
Now let's talk about this work. And you're going to use the Bible, and you brought up James specifically. James has he's the brother, well, depending on if you're or not. He is the half brother of Jesus or the ceremonial brother of Jesus. Just depends on your view of Immaculate Conception. Either way, brother of Jesus, respectfully to your view and your theology. Work is how the universe gets things done. The problem, rich people understand this. There's a better way to explain this. We got to do it through electricity. The more polarized an electrical current becomes, the more work that electrical current can perform. It's very important. Do not let me pass you up. I will walk as slow as possible. When she asks, well, it seems contradictory because Shouldn't I be still? And like, ain't faith without works there? But the more you be still and polarize yourself to millionaire you, the more work you can perform and get there faster. It's the difference between investing in real estate with $2 an hour with $2 million an hour. One of these people will build an empire quickly. The other will not. So energy, as you do electricity, neutral electricity can do no work. Neutral electricity can do no work. Only super negative charge electricity and super positive charge electricity. So when I'm telling you to be still in this work as you understand it, Tracy, I'm telling you become polarized while being still. So when you finally do start working, the golden path has been laid out for you and your dreams come flying at you.
Okay. So like when you're saying the polarized, it's like the charging, the getting the information, getting the knowledge, getting the skills.
That's your business plan. That's your reading the books. You get what I'm saying? But the problem is y'all reading the books without the polarization. You're reading the books as the wrong person. You're networking as a negative person.
What is the polarization?
The polarization is to be still, and there's a vibrational equivalent of your dream is vibrating at some frequency. We don't, we explain it's vibrating at some number, right? We know this because we do this today. This Wi-Fi is 802.11 frequency. There's a number attached to it. That's what it is. Okay. So we know your dreams are vibrating at some sort of numerical frequency, but you don't need to understand that.
Right.
When it feels good, Damali, you vibrating at it. When it doesn't feel good, you're no longer vibrating at it. When something bad happens to you and your day is affected negatively, you're no longer vibrating at your dreams. You're losing your polarity away from your dreams into what's bothering you. That's why you keep manifesting what's bothering you, because you're becoming positively charged towards lack instead of being positively charged towards your dreams. So the polarity comes in being still and knowing I deserve this, I can have it. What does millionaire Antonio look? Well, what does billionaire Antonio look like? Billionaire Antonio behaves this way, does this. Billionaire Antonio treats every person nicely, no matter what has happened. Billionaire Antonio knows the name of the janitor and the name of the CEO of the same company. Billionaire Antonio knows the name of all his employees and has worked really, really hard to get to that point where he knows all his employees' names. Billionaire Antonio has no negative karma. And the more I embody that, and I'm getting chills right now, the more I become electrically charged for that billionaire version of me. So now when I walk, everywhere my feet shall tread is mine. If that don't make sense to you, I'll put it in the biblical way. I seem to make sense. 17 times before Joshua got his butt up and walked, God said, be strong and courageous. 7 times before he crossed over to the promised land, God was controlling this man's vibration. Go look at Joshua yourself. Literally said, be strong, be courageous, be strong, be correct, over and over. Why? Because God was getting ready to say next, wherever your feet shall tread, I will give to you. But God don't give those blessings to weak and fearful people, only strong and courageous people. So wherever his feet will tread was enough electrical charge of his dreams, his goodness, that vibration, to where God had no reason not to give him what he wanted. And the reason why you don't have what you want, because people like me understand this and they haven't exposed to you, I'm doing it today. You very welcome. You're very welcome.
Listen, that biblical breakdown that you just made was like phenomenal. I just wanted you. I heard you the first time, but damn it, did you break it down like that? Yeah.
Be strong, be courageous. That's why, that is exactly why it was worked out. Look, it's in there, right there. I wasn't joking with you. I've not commanded you, be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord is your God wherever you go. Walk in the spirit I'm telling you to walk, because I need you polarized for the breakthrough I'm about to give to you.
Mm-hmm.
That was in there. What verse was that, Grace?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Joshua chapter
No, go ahead.
Joshua chapter 1, verse 9.
Right. It's in there. I'm not making this up. Rich people understand this. I'm not smart. I'm heart. Let me before I get to law, and I won't let you forget, and then we get in about 10 minutes. Listen, please hear this. You know why I'm successful? I'm gonna tell you the real reason why I'm successful. This is, and people don't, and I'm not supposed to say it out loud. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you what it is. The real reason I am successful is because I met this guy in the park.
Mm-hmm.
I met them on the bus coming out of the airport, really. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you the real reason why I'm successful. It's because when I leave the room, or when I leave that person's presence, you can feel my good energy when I'm gone. Because I listened to you. I treated you like a person. I did everything I could possibly do. I made sure you were the most important thing I've done all day. And you genuinely need to hear, God blesses me, not because I'm smart. My plan shouldn't work, but God says, I like the way you treated Willie. Therefore, it's yours. It's that simple. Y'all out here trying to figure out the plan and the ones and twos. That's unnecessary. When I interacted with you, when you leave this building, do you feel good? If not, I got work to do. My prayers will be hindered. If she does, everything that she touches, every good feeling she has, every time somebody come at her sideways, she say, not today, I feel good.
Yeah.
That's also my blessing too. So now I get to share in her good karma. Equally as I get to share in her bad karma, should I offend you and you walk out there cussing everybody out for the next 48 hours because what I did to you. The same way I got to share in that wickedness, it's the same way I get to share in that prosperity. You're successful because of how you treat people. Nothing more. You don't have to be smart. If you are heart, people will automatically call you smart. You will attract smart people to do the lawyer stuff for you. Because if you're polarized, now you don't have to be a good person either. I could be a total asshole too. That'd be just fine. It works for Donald Trump, but I have to be total in my vibration. Donald Trump feels good about his way. And since he does, he is completely charged on the opposite end as me, but he can do work. It's you neutral folk pretending to love the Lord, but don't act like him. It's you neutral folk who can't manifest anything. Be all the way bad. Be all the way good. Your Bible say that. Hot or cold. If you lukewarm, I'm spewing you out. Bear fruit or don't. Pick a side. If not, I'm cutting you down. You get what I'm saying? That's 100%. That's facts. Always will be. Rich people understand this. Go ahead, Law, and then you next, and then we out of here.
I have my question.
Okay, yeah, that means actively listen. Go ahead.
So when it comes to, like, you are judged by your faith in your works, it's not the works of, oh, I built this wonderful building, oh, I donated this, oh, I donated that. No, it's your works towards people.
Both and in this case. Both and in this case. Because if my works, if I produce tangible results for all 5 of you, it won't be the tangible result that will bless me. It will be how you feel about it and the work you do throughout those tangible results that will bless me. So it's not the touchpad that gives Apple money. This was like $150. This is a little special thingy. It's the fact that I don't have to hurt my wrist and I got so used to my laptop, it's total convenience that I bought this. It's not, this is irrelevant. What is relevant is I like it. It makes me feel good. So I stay on my computer longer to do great things for people. You cannot create energy. Neither can you destroy it. So anything in your life that you don't like, it's there to stay. Stop trying to fix it because energy can never be destroyed. I understand it. So I don't try to fix problems. I say, I do apologize. May we create a newer relationship. And I'm using the word create here differently because I can't do nothing about that. But I'll eat whatever you want me to eat. You deserve to be upset. Now that you're done, please let me know when I can start repairing the relationship with you that I want. Same with your finances, same with your manifestations. Yeah, that was deep. That was big. Go ahead. Ask your question.
When it comes to what you just said, like, I can't fix what happened. I'm going to eat what I did because I did it.
I'll get ready to end with the story.
But let's move forward to create the relationship that we want. How do you, but let's say it's like, it's a relationship that's at a point where it's like, okay, there's nothing here, but I still need to create a relationship with you moving forward to where neither one of us have karma coming out of this.
Right. You can't say there's nothing here because whatever is here is what I poured into you. You're only ever going to treat me how I poured into you. If it's in the well, it's going to come out in the bucket. So if you were solid on me, it's because I was solid on you. That's what happened to you. That's facts. Nobody's exempt. Nobody's exempt. You understand what I'm saying? If I pour into you, I don't have time. But then what's going to come out of you is you ain't got time for me. So you can't say ain't nothing else because whatever is there is what you already been doing. But now that you recognize that, now you just got to create what you want. Because if you keep trying to fix what you don't want, you get more of what you don't want. Because you're fertilizing what you don't want with your emotions. You're just making it stronger. And this cell phone, like once something becomes matter, it's here for thousands of years, sometimes millions. Radiation, like toxic radiation or so, that's here for 1 million years. A rock is hit, that the same rocks that Jesus was walking around is the same rocks here today. So when I create a problem with you, that problem gonna be here for the rest of our relationship. Ain't nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. There's absolutely nothing that I can do on this planet to fix that. And what y'all do is you start trying to fix that and you start making money.
Right.
You understand? The more I keep trying to fix the problem, the less I start making money. Let me tell you a story. Yes. Oh, go ahead. Then you the last person.
Yeah, I didn't have a question, but Tracy did it, and I wanted to. She put it in the chat. She said, "How do we get unstuck from the karma we did in the past, so our dreams get held up?"
You don't get unstuck. I'm glad you did ask this question. This is probably good for the person. You don't get unstuck because you were never were stuck. Your perception is messed up right there because you were right where you were supposed to be to get to the next level. Your perception just told you you're stuck. That's a you problem. Your mindset has hurt you. God has never taken you anywhere to hurt you. Wherever you are, you should be there. And it's the gentle, most kindest, bad thing that could ever happen to you. It could be worse. You can lose your legs. You can have herpes, chronic syphilis, You can be in a coma. You can have a colostomy bag hanging outside your clothes right now. There's plenty of bad things can happen to you. Whatever you're going through is the kindest thing to get you to ascend. Please believe that. No matter how bad you think it is, it's the kindest thing to catch your attention. If you don't want bad things to happen to you, start learning how to ascend without bad things happening to you. How about that? That's a viable option. Do you have to have your whole life messed up for you to find
Wow.
But Antonio, to add to that though, everything is perfect because yin and yang.
Right.
The process is the process. You're gonna go through things and you have to shift your perspective when you go through those things. That's how you get unstuck. This may look bad per my previous perception, but I know at the end, like the Bible says, everything is working out for my good in the end. So just stay on that vibration, and no matter what I'm going through now, that I'm just living out a harvest that I planted a long time ago, but it's still ultimately working out for my good.
Fair enough.
To shift your perception.
Fair enough.
But wait,
Absolutely.
you gotta sow good seed. What happens is you can't reduce anything or produce it, take it away, but then you just start living in a new vibration so that you start planting good seed. And before you know it, that harvest will all be good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. 100% bazillion facts. Here we go. Story time. We ended. Alexander the Great was winning a battle. And one of his captains totally lost this battle on the front. And Alexander the Great was ready to end this war now. So he said to his generals, call that captain. Right now, call him here. Offer his head. Young captain knows he's about to die. He nervously approaches Alexander the Great, greatest war hero or criminal of all ages. And he says, what is your name? He wants to know his name before he kills him. The man says, sir, my name is Alexander. Alexander the Great is taken aback. And for 5 seconds, he doesn't say anything. Longest 5 seconds of the captain's life. And then he leans into the captain and says, son, if you are going to have my name, you better start acting like me. Walks away and let the captain live. I say that to you. If you are going to be in God's image, watch it. You better start acting like it. It is that simple. If you are going to be of the same substance, if you're going to pray to your ancestors, if you're going to believe in abundance or whatever it is that you do, it's time to act like it. No more poor righteous teachers. It's oxymoron. It doesn't exist. You're not allowed to be poor and righteous. If you're righteous, the fruit of being righteous is wealth. If you're poor, the fruit of poverty is poverty. It is what it is. So if you're going to look like God, if you're going to scream you're in the image of God, I'm challenging you today, then act like it. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better, you can dominate. Thank you, everybody. Love you, everybody.
Love you more.
All right, y'all have a good one. I'm about to bless you.